guys. Okay, so this morning I'm working on this video, right? And I'm thinking, oh, this is such a complicated thought process that I should kind of try to organize my thoughts on paper. And then I thought, well, maybe I should just write it out, and that way I'm sure I don't miss anything, right? So I spent some time this morning writing out what I'm trying to say. And then I clicked record and I started reading it, and I was like, ugh, I don't like reading stuff like this. So I'm just gonna try to explain it because I don't like that whole script thing or trying to read what I've written on these videos instead of just saying what I think. So here goes. Now it's kind of complicated, so I guess just bear with me here. Okay, so we're told over and over again by a lot of different people that there was a family plan in place. And we're also told that the county that Christopher Watson and his wife lived in actually did have a lot of success with doing the family plan thing where you keep the kids in the home under a family plan for safety instead of removing children and working toward reunification with the parents, right? It would be like a plan after removing the children that the parents would have to follow in order to work toward reunification. This whole model program is not for every case, obviously, because obviously there are cases where children need to be removed from the home. But if you think about it, if you're a caseworker and if you've received a report and you go check on that house and you meet those people and everyone's like saying how successful they are and like reassuring the caseworker that there must be some misunderstanding or something, I don't know, you might be apt to think that a family plan might be a better idea than removing the children, right? Well, could it be that that's what happened in this case? Is it reasonable to believe that there actually may have been a family plan in place? According to the people who have contacted me, they insist that there was. They insist that there was a family plan in place which restricted Christopher Watt's wife's ability to be alone with the kids. This is what I've been told. And this is what one of the Friends members not that long ago posted in the comment sections on that other channel when she said that there was a hearing coming up that was separate from the HOA dues hearing. There was a hearing coming up about this family plan, that is what she referred to it as, right? So think about it. This is what I've been told, that in December of 2016 there was an incident involving both girls, and that by January of 2017 there was a family plan in place to keep the girls in the home, and that the plan restricted the time. Actually, it didn't even restrict the time. That didn't come till later. This is what I'm being told, and I believe it, that the plan initially did not allow Christopher Watt's wife to be alone with the children. And it wasn't until after I think it was 16 months that then the plan was changed to allow 90 minutes per day in the morning. Because otherwise, Christopher Watts had to leave so early for work, and when he had to take the girls to daycare and everything, whatever, right? So that way he wouldn't miss so much work, I guess, is what I'm being told. It makes sense. The question is it reasonable to believe? And I think when you have a case like this that has so many strange details and so many changing stories and so many discrepancies going on, and so many people who are just so like over the top strange, trying to tell other people they're not allowed to discuss this case. When you have all of that together, how's that go? The some total, I don't know. Like, I shouldn't have brought that up because I can't remember how that goes. It's something about the, well, if you guys know what that saying is about the parts being more than the total or whatever. So anyway, back to the case. If there was a family plan in place, then what I'm being told is that Christopher Watt's wife was not allowed to drive the girls anywhere. She wasn't allowed to take them to the doctor. And she was not allowed to be alone with them. And then 16 months later, like I said, the family plan was changed to allow her to be alone with them for up to 90 minutes per day in the morning so that she could spend that hour and a half, I guess, with them before they went to daycare. But remember, she wasn't allowed to drive alone with them, or she wasn't allowed to drive if they were in the car, is what I was told. So then think about it. You know, to me, it just seems to be kind of interesting that her friend had no clue how old she was, and that her friend mowed her lawn, and that her friend drove her home from the airport and was offering to be there first thing in the morning, and that her friend was right on it in the morning, you know, supposedly getting information from the doctor's office about whether or not Christopher Watt's wife had gone to her appointment. If all of those weird details seem kind of weird to you, if you look at it from the perspective of what we're being told about the family plan, then all those details fit. If Christopher Watt's wife's friend was actually a helper, right? So think about this. I mean, I'll do another video to cover like all the list of reasons why I think this is reasonable to believe. Because there's a long list of reasons why, quite frankly. But I'll jump ahead to the point I want to make. And that is this. Since this case hit the news, there have been so many videos created that are saying that Christopher Watts wanted to be with his girlfriend, so that's why he was divorcing his wife. Well, I don't think so. Because in my opinion, I don't think Christopher Watts was divorcing his wife for his girlfriend. In my opinion, I think Christopher Watts was divorcing his wife for his girls.